stonk insights. This is not financial advice. In today's video, I want to talk about the best DEX on the Cronos chain. But before I do want to have two, I don't want to say honorable mentions, but two mentions, and that being for Ducky DeFi and for MMF Finance. So first with Ducky DeFi, they had the potential to be one of the better DEXs on Cronos chain. I talked about them a lot, and unfortunately, I have to say now, I don't believe they're going to be the top DEX on Cronos chain, just for the fact that the dev has been unheard of. We do have some people within the Ducky DeFi community that was able to track the funds that the dev was moving around, and ultimately he moved them to FTX right before the collapse. So there might be some karma in there, I can't call it, but I do know for us Ducky DeFi investors, or us that believed in a Ducky DeFi project, we're just left out here flapping. So Ducky DeFi, I can't say that they're going to be the best DEX on Cronos chain. And with MMF, hey, they were in position to be the best DEX just overall over all DeFi. I'm not sure what happened with them, but they left the Cronos chain, then went to Polygon network, stating that was going to be better for them. But to this day, they left Polygon, and now they're talking about building their own blockchain. So I can't call it with MMF. Whatever you think, leave it in the comments down below. I'm sure a lot of people who were investing in MMF are going to be watching this video, and Ducky DeFi. Leave those comments down below. We're all hurting. This is not great for anyone, but there is something out there on the Cronos blockchain that hasn't left, continues to innovate on the Cronos blockchain. So we're going to talk about that crypto, and that is VVS. Very simple finance. So we're going to get more into VVS. We're going to give a year in review over all the products that they offered this year. We're not going to get into every single one. It's just so much, and I don't want to make this video an hour long, but we will go over the more important projects, the ones that have been in spotlight. I'm not going to include the latest project that they have. I want to make a separate video, regarding that project, because again, I don't want to make this video too long. What we're going to do now is just transition to the stock chart, or I'm sorry, the crypto chart for VVS with the VVS USDT pair. So we can see here, I got this pulled up. This is the daily here. I don't think TradingView, they didn't start tracking VVS until August. So this is from August to current now. So we see here from August to November 9th, VVS is trading sideways, where we're in the beginning portions of the bear market. But fast forward to November 9th and the whole FTX collapse, we see that had a massive effect for VVS and crypto as a whole. But for VVS specifically, we see that they took a 55% dive since the whole FTX debacle. So they are at their all-time lows right now. Not financial advice, but for myself, when I look at this and I see that they're at their all-time lows, this just gets me interested. Okay, so we're gonna do the year in review for VVS. Like I said, the top DEX for Cronos chain. And we're going to start here with the VVS yearly emission halving. So this is very interesting. If you didn't know that VVS did this, now you do. So we're going to go into this. So November 9th of 2021, that's when VVS came out. So they did have their year anniversary. Within their tokenomics, they stated that they would have yearly emissions halving. So in the first year, they had 50 trillion tokens that were released. In the second year, it's going to be 25 trillion tokens that were released, and so on and so forth. It's going to keep on getting halved until it can't be halved anymore and all the tokens have been released. So when VVS inflation decreases by half every year, there's two main objectives that happen. First, it rewards early adopters of VVS with a greater share of VVS revenue as emissions decrease over time. And two, it strengthens the unit economies of VVS as supply tapers off, resulting in scarcer and more sustainable tokens. And just outside of that, just having in general, it's a milestone similar to Bitcoin. Once you have something, it becomes more scarcer, which is supposedly to drive the price up. But again, it's not financial advice. I'm not saying that after the halving anything was supposed to happen. You see that it hadn't happened on November 9th, which was the same day as the FTX collapse. So unfortunately, VVS holders haven't been able to feel the upside of the halving just because the FTX collapse was just so huge and it bear down so badly on the market. But you know, with that being known, we do know these halving cycles take time. It's not something that immediately happens. We know when Bitcoin halves, it usually takes about 6 months for that halving to be felt and then that amazing run up to be happening. I'm not saying that that's going to happen with VVS, but it is something to take into consideration when you're viewing these halving events. Okay, so these are some of the initial gem offerings that VVS released over the year. So we have Single Finance, we have Argo Finance, we have Pharaoh Protocol, Minted Network, and Versa Games. So I believe I talked about Argo, Single, and Versa Games before. Pharaoh Protocol and Minted Network I haven't talked about, but these are the products that have been offered through VVS. I would encourage you to look more to the products. I'm not going to be going through all of them in this video, but if you want me to take a deep dive into any of these products, leave that in the comments down below. I love interacting with you guys, and you let me know that you're looking to have more information regarding something. Hey, I'm the man to ask about that, and I can break it down for you as best as I can. All right, so next we're going to talk about the flash liquidity pairs that's been provided through VVS. So basically you have a cryptocurrency that you're able to use, and with that one cryptocurrency you're able to break it off and create a liquidity pair. So with these flash liquidity pairs, it makes it easier for you to provide liquidity. You can obtain liquidity pair tokens and easily stake in the corresponding crystal farms in just a few clicks. You don't have to purchase one token and then make sure that you get the equal value of another token. With this, you're able to use, in this example as we see here, you'll be able to use just Cronos, and you can create the Cronos USDC liquidity pair. So you see the input is just Cronos, and you see the output is going to be the Cronos USDC liquidity pair at the same token value. So I think that is a fascinating and very innovative product that they're brought to VVS. They've also integrated limit orders with the integration with Gelato. So this feature allows users to set orders to buy or sell cryptocurrencies at a specific price. Similar to the stock market side, where you can set a price, you can walk away, forget it. And if you wanted to buy something at that price, if it reaches it, you'll buy it with whatever funds that you preset to buy it with. And conversely, with selling, you can also do the same thing. If you have a target price, you can set that price, set how many coins that you want to sell, walk away, forget about it. And if that target price is reached, then your limit order will execute and you will sell those cryptocurrencies at whatever price you set it at. So VVS is not just for itself, it also provides services to other protocols such as DeFi. So if you don't know what DeFi is, it's a blockchain metaverse DeFi-verse game that's been brought to the Cronos ecosystem. It was brought over here by Mimas Finance. This game is also on Harmony blockchain that was brought by Tranquil Finance. So I guess there is some type of linkage between Tranquil and Mimas. But what VVS does is it acts as a main router, powering the astute coin changer Tupac, as you can see here, and it enables seamless token swaps in game. So this integration is aimed to merge the DeFi and GameFi closer together, adding the DeFi primitives such as DEXs, liquid staking, lending inside a GameFi metaverse. Very, very interesting. This is similar to Axie Infinity, but this is all within the Cronos ecosystem, and we see that VVS is a major part within this game. Now, if you want me to break this game down, again, leave it in the comments down below. I do believe I am going to look into this game just personally because I am interested in these types of games. I'm interested in first-person shooters and like wide open metaverse, not metaverse, but just wide open world type games. Okay, so I am going to be looking into this myself, but if you want me to break it down on the channel, leave it in the comments down below. So VVS is also offering, or they have, these dashboard analytics. So now you can track your own personal analytics without having to go through other websites like CoinMarketCap or Dex Screener, you can just go to VVS Finance and you can track the cryptocurrencies that you hold on VVS. So you'll be able to see, if the price appreciated, if the price went down over time. So I think this is very, very innovative that they built this within VVS so that you can track your own progress with your coins. Okay, so this is about XVVS and the XVVS vaults. So the XVVS is the first yield-bearing governance token for VVS. You can only get the XVVS by staking your VVS tokens, and that's where the vaults come in. You can deposit your XVVS into XVVS vaults to earn VVS without any impermanent loss. So you see that there's some type of flywheel here. You can only earn XVVS by staking VVS, but once you get that VVS, you can stake it within the vault and earn VVS. So you see, you can continually, add to both positions without adding any new funds, just because of how this works out. So I thought this was very cool. VVS staking utility too. So now you can deposit in XVVS vaults and stake the miner modes, which is their official VVS NFT collection, and then boost your farms. You can actually boost 2 farms with this protocol. So we just talked about the modes. So yes, the miner modes NFT collection is exclusive to VVS Finance. It's 10,000 utility enabled PFP or profile pictures NFTs. Each miner mode represents a membership pass to exclusive privileges on the VVS Finance platform, included boosted farms, VVS Gachi, which we're going to talk about soon, and access to other future projects. So, if you weren't one of the VVS miner mode holders, you might want to look into it. Not financial advice, but if you want to get more into the VVS ecosystem, the miner modes is your ticket to doing that. VVS Finance offers NFT boosts for other Cronos system NFTs. So not only do they offer it with their miner modes, but they also offer it, like in a case of Argo Finance, they offer that NFT boost to the Argonauts. So whenever you have a collaboration with VVS or some type of partnership, they're able to add that to their ecosystem. And in this case, they're offering other NFTs that they've deemed official on the Cronos blockchain. You're giving them access to improve and boost your farm APRs with staking your NFT. Okay, so this is about VVS Gachi. So this is an extension of the Miner Modes NFT project where you can raise and earn experience points with your miner modes. So this is going to be the gamification of the miner modes NFTs that you could purchase. The game will provide greater utility to the miner mode NFT collection and encourage broader usage of VVS various features, such as the swapping, the XVVS votes, and the liquidity pair staking. Miner mode holders will be able to participate in various quests, keep their modes healthy, and compete with each other for a higher ranking on the leaderboard. So I'm not sure if any of you guys are old enough to remember the Tamagotchi, where you actually had to raise or keep an egg, and then that egg would hatch into something, and then you have to feed it and make sure that it grew up to become an adult. This is similar to that. This is a gamification with the VVS modes. They're integrating some of that Tamagotchi magic, and now they created this VVS Gachi. So I think this is exciting. This is bringing more utility for their miner mode collections. So it's not just a JPEG. You can actually do things with it. You can up your APR percentages through the farms with it. MMF had something similar like this with their Mad Meerkat collection. I do believe that's still going on, but this is just the VVS side of that same principle. All right, and then they had some other aspects within their roadmap that they're not going to be able to release this year, and they just explained those two, or a couple of those things are the VVS referral system and the VVS voting governance. So they said, they're keeping an eye on the market situation, the maturity of their protocol, They have to prioritize other things to get them to where they want to be at, but they haven't forgot about those two things, you know, the VVS referral system and the VVS voting governance. Okay, then we got some ideas here that they're looking forward to in 2023. So we got the VVS gotchis, which are going to break into the metaverse sometime in 2023. They're going to have a VVS education center. I'm interested to hear more about that later. They're going to have a stablecoin swap integration. They're going to have an auto farm restaking optimization, similar to, I guess, Beefy Finance, where you don't have to go in there and do anything. It's just going to restake your earned crypto back into the protocol so you can earn more. They're going to have a cross-chain token swap and support. So a lot of these things, you know, MMF did, but like, again, VVS is doing it at a slower pace. They're making it so that it's more sustainable. It's not something that's just going to be flashy. They're doing this for the long run. So that is a video for you guys. So what do you guys think? Do you believe that VVS is the #1 DEX on the Cronos ecosystem? Do you believe that it's Ducky DeFi, or do you believe that it's MMF? And if so, why? Leave that in the comments down below. I would love to hear why you think that another DEX is top on the Cronos side. You know, and then for so long, I was not a believer with VVS. You can check out my old videos. I haven't taken them down, but it is apparent that they are within the Cronos system. They're not wanting to move around. They're offering more and more innovation to the Cronos ecosystem, and they're not flooding the Cronos ecosystem like MMF did before they left, which I didn't like at all. You know, MMF, I thought, did a lot for Cronos ecosystem, and I thought in return Cronos gave them a lot more, but I can't call it. I wasn't within the MMF team. But whatever your thoughts, whatever you believe, leave them in the comments down below. I'm interested in hearing what you guys got to say, and I'll catch you in the next one.